This is Heavy Conversation with Bruce and Jody, a podcast where we talk about being a big guy in today's world. I'm Bruce. And I'm Jody. Here we go.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. All right, here we go.
What's up, Bruce?
Jody. Hello, hello.
Hello, we're back again.
Yes, we are back again. It's good to be back.
Yes, on a bright summery day. We're
Yes, definitely.
in our offices recording a podcast.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's I'm glad it's summer. I'm glad it's warm. Glad the rain has stopped.
You know, I am and I'm not at the same time. I'm like, I like summertime, but we haven't, like, I felt like a couple weeks ago it was like cold and rainy, and I'm like, and now it's like almost 90 again, and I'm like,
right.
I can't get my body to figure out what's happening.
Yeah, I just feel like we spent so much time where it was cold and dreary, and I'm just, I don't know, this year I'm just feeling the heat. I'm like, I'm ready for it. I want to embrace it and just go with it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely been enjoying it so far.
Speaking of enjoyable, this week, talking about something that everybody should love, and that is your mattress.
Woo!
And
it's an important thing because you spend a lot of time on it.
It is. It's very, very important. You need a good mattress for good sleep. And if you weren't aware, there are more and more companies making beds for bigger people. And we are going to talk about some of those today and some of the things that you should look for when you are trying to find a new mattress. Now, Jody, I'm sure you've had this same experience that I have with really crappy beds in the past.
Oh yeah.
So
I
the
feel
kind
like
that
I got a new bed like when I graduated high school, and I feel like I had that bed. I did have that bed until maybe like 5-6 years ago, I want to say.
Ooh, man, that's a long time. You are now 76 years old, so you've had that.
Hey, I mean,
really,
today I
really.
kind of feel it. My back's hurting, not because of my mattress, but
not because of your mattress. All right.
Yeah. So it's definitely, but it was like, you know, one of those beds where you kind of just are in the middle of it because you like sink in, and then if you have a partner, like you both are like hitting each other because you're like rolled into the middle.
That's the problem. The valleys.
The valleys and the dips.
Yes. So I thought we could start maybe kind of talking about some of those things. Obviously, valleys and dips are a big thing. If you don't have a mattress that's supportive, then sinking into it is just common. I know that I've had many mattresses that have done that.
Yeah. It's like an air mattress where you just kind of feel like you end up on the floor
right
in the middle of the night. Yeah.
And I sleep hot. So sleeping on a mattress that is really hot, being hot and sweaty is a horrible thing, and that adds extra insult to injury when you have a substandard mattress, which is something else that I've had to kind of work with and work through and figure out ways to kind of mitigate that. So yeah.
I think I'm trying to remember. I don't think my current one has like that cooling. Maybe I should pull up my actual mattress and.
So yeah, while you're doing that, I'll kind of talk about a couple other things here. So if you go to chubster.com, you will see that I recently reviewed the Titan adjustable mattress. Their Titan Plus Lux adjustable mattress.
Lux.
Yes, it is made for bigger people. That's the Titan brand. That's their whole thing. And so I spent about 6 weeks on their mattress, and I wanted to try it out because I had never tried Titan. I've reviewed a lot of mattresses for bigger people. Most of the brands that are really focused on this, I've had one of their mattresses, or multiple mattresses that we've been testing and trying out. At one point, I had like 5 mattresses in my house. A mattress in every room. It was, it was a lot.
I'm trying to remember if we got one of those. Did I get one of your mattresses?
Yes. I think
like you tested it and then we got it.
I think there was a big fig that you
Yeah,
guys
I
that
think
you guys
maybe that
got.
was the
Yeah.
original one that I had.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
just remembering that. I was like, I think we
Right.
got one of those.
Yeah, and so the Titan, so one of the things that I wanted to try, aside from the fact that I hadn't tried the brand before, was an adjustable base. I've never tried that. They're obviously very
Mm.
popular, and I was really curious, what that is like, and if it helps with sleeping, especially for somebody like me who has sleep apnea and uses a CPAP. Um, with the CPAP, I've really got my breathing down. It's pretty much under control, but was just curious, how does it make a difference, sleeping in different positions? And I ended up learning that there are other positions that I like to sleep in that I didn't even know about. So there's like a 0G position where basically your upper body is elevated slightly so that it's kind of uh above your knees almost. You come up, your legs come up, your
Okay.
upper body comes up. It's the position that astronauts are in when they're fired from a rocket into space. Uh, it's the position that they go into that's like the most neutral position that they
Okay.
can be in. And it made a huge difference for like my comfort level, especially with my legs. Like,
Mm-hmm.
the thing with me is I basically sleep in 1.5 positions
Okay.
through the night. So
Okay.
I'm almost always on my back because I got the CPAP on, and I've got one that has a mask that allows me to turn and move and all of that. But
Mm-hmm.
I just generally don't, I don't know. I've kind of trained myself. So I'll sleep on my back or on my side. And being able to get into kind of the 0G position made a big difference as far as the way that I felt. When you're laying in one position for 8 hours a night, that's a lot.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, so it's really nice to kind of have that and allow me to move around. It did allow me to turn onto my side a little more easily, and I'm not saying I was turning all the way over, but to kind of shift myself, it was easier. Um, yeah. So did you find the mattress that you?
Yeah. 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 So I got a big fig. I remember from you a number of years ago.
Yeah.
Um, and then I got my own place, and I ended up getting another big fig.
Okay.
Came in one of those compressed bags, a mattress in a box, which was kind of
Nice.
cool.
Yeah.
Um, Definitely read all the instructions when you're trying to open those, because it can be kind of dangerous
Right.
when they spring open if you're not
Yes.
prepared. Which is fun.
Yes, and one other thing to note with that is you need to give if you've never had a bed in a box, when you open it, you need to give it some time to decompress and to open up. And so,
Oh yeah, you got to let it sit for a
right,
number of hours for it to fully inflate and everything. So, you know,
absolutely.
at least try to do it maybe the day before or something like that. I don't remember exactly,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I have the Big Fig mattress. I think I got the queen size, and it does have the thermal gel cooling technology. I remember something about that because I'm also a very warm sleeper.
Right.
I need my room like frigid, so basically I crank my AC, but I still am like under a blanket kind of
Right.
partially.
Yeah.
Um, but it supports up to 1,100 pounds, hybrid construction for sag free sleep, so you don't get those
Yes.
valleys and dips in there. And it takes a little while to get used to a new mattress when you switch, or when you upgrade. Your body just gets used to it. But yeah, I definitely am a better sleeper on this. And I really fell in love with it when I think we got like a king size from you,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
it
So
was a little big for my apartment. So
right, right. Yeah. So my very first mattress for bigger people was a Big Fig, and it was from Big Fig actually had reached out through Chubster before they had launched publicly, and so they said, "Hey, we're doing this mattress. We're starting this mattress company. We'd like you to test one of ours. We'll send it to you. You have say 3 or 4 months to try it out and see what you think." And
hmm.
so um, we got it, and it was the first time since I was a kid that I had a mattress that was like you could jump on it. It was
Right.
strong enough to hold you, and
Oh yeah, easy. And it
yeah,
doesn't, yeah,
the big thing with that was that it was also very firm. So it says like medium firmness or something like that, and I'm sure that it is. But after sleeping on like a saggy IKEA mattress for many years,
Right.
going to that was a day and night difference. So uh, I ended up loving it, but it did take me a month or so to really get used to it. And that's the thing that I'd recommend as well, is if you're coming from a very, very soft mattress to something with more support, you want to give it time, and most of these companies, they have like a, sleep on it for 90 days and you can return it, no questions asked or whatever. They have these
Yeah.
great return
Oh yeah,
policies.
Big Fig has 120 nights.
There we go. See, so you've got enough time to really get a feel for it. And I definitely, I think out of all the mattresses that I've tested, I need at least a month to be able to sleep on something to get a feel for it and kind of know, this is how it's going to feel for me, and here's what I think. And of all of the mattresses that I've tested, I feel like the Big Fig is the firmest, which I love. I think it's very comfortable. That support is really good, and it's really helped me a lot. Um, I will say that the Big Fig that I tested was back in the day, so it was like their first iteration, and I don't believe it was one that one of the ones in the box. So
Okay.
when it was shipped like full and
Oh,
long.
jeez.
Yeah, so uh, I think they've moved to the mattresses in the box. So it was a different experience. I feel like we probably need to update that article on Chubster with trying one of their current ones to see what it feels like. Um, we moved to, let's see, what other ones have I reviewed? So the Big Fig, we did the Helix. I think at the time it was called the Nightfall. I think it's called the Helix Plus maybe now. Um, the Sattva mattress. They have one that's good for plus size folks. Also have done, let's see. I did not personally review it, but had someone else review Amerisleep's AS2 Hybrid.
I don't know that
Let's
one.
see. Yeah, and so uh, I think there are a few other ones, but I'm not seeing them immediately. I will say that pardon me, the one that my wife and I ended up going with, like sticking with, was the Sattva, and that was it was firm, but it had a pillow top kind of softness. So it had kind
Okay.
of the best of both worlds. It was pretty luxurious. I mean, my review, it says the Sattva HD is a luxury mattress for plus size people. So, so there's that. Um, it was the one that we stuck with, and really have moved it out for the Titan as we're testing that. Um, yeah, as far as the Titan goes, it is supportive, but it also um, kind of lets you sink into it a little bit.
Okay.
Um, it's pretty nice. I've excuse me, I felt like it was a good option for people who want a little bit more uh comfort, maybe a little more softness, but they still need that support. If you're bigger, you want the support there. The thing that if you want edge support in a mattress, the Titan Plus Luxe might not be the one that you want to go with, because uh the edge support is not really there as
Okay.
compared to some of the others.
Yeah, I do like that about the Big Fig, that when I sit on the edge to like put on my socks or
Right,
whatever, like I
right,
don't sink all the way down right away, which makes me feel a little bit better, like
totally.
I can sit on it and not feel like I'm gonna break anything or whatever.
Right, right. And so, yeah, I think that, so of the two that they have, they have the Titan Plus, and they have the Titan Plus Lux. I feel like the Titan Plus probably has better edge support, but if edge support is like a big thing for you, take a look at some other mattresses and see what works for you. One thing that I will say, an area that the Titan just like blew everybody away, is the coolness factor.
Mm,
So I had the mattress uh, that has the special cooling fabric built in, and it is called. Let's see. It is called. I'm looking for it here. It's called the Glaciotex cooling cover, and they sew that into the mattress surface, and so um, you'll notice with a lot of these, they're cool to the touch. You feel it; it feels cool. What I've found in the past is that with other mattresses that have like cooling fabric built in, it either doesn't work that well or it doesn't last. And
Okay.
over
Okay.
time, it seems to go away. And I found with this, again, I slept on this for 6.5 weeks, something like that. And, it stayed cool and I woke up cool. And that was even with a blanket on. I have a whole strategy around like how I stay cool when I'm going to sleep. And I start with like,
Mm-hmm.
half the blanket and sheet on my body. So one half is out,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
leg hanging out. Cause for some reason, the leg coolness is what
Oh yeah.
controls the rest of the body.
All
So
right.
then the middle of the night, I'll start to be cold. So I'll pull it over, it's a 50-50 shot as to whether I'm going to stay cool or not by doing it that way. I found with the Titan that I did stay cool the entire time, and I wake up in the morning and I was cool, and that generally doesn't happen. And I can say that, and I can also tell you that I've definitely decimated some old mattresses just from being sweaty, and trying to clean a sweaty mattress is, it's
Mm.
not, I know, delicious. It's not easy,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm not the only one listening here who's dealt with that kind of thing.
Right.
So I definitely liked the cooling fabric. And like I said, it's called Glaciotex cooling cover, and it's an additional fee to have that sewn in, but it's worth it. I know that a lot of companies have their kind of proprietary cooling fabric.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
take a look at that. It's worth it. It's worth considering and giving a try, if you're whatever mattress you're looking at.
Right. Well, speaking of sweaty and whatever, I think it's time for a beverage.
It is beer time. Yes.
I have a tropical, where did I put my phone? Tropical Big Ballard Juicy IPA from Redhook.
Oh, nice.
I made sure that I hadn't already had this one. It's weird picking out beer in the morning because I'm never like, what am I in the mood for? And I'm not in the mood for beer yet. So I struggle a little bit. I have to do it like the day before or something.
Right.
So this one is a big beer with big IPA flavors to live up to the name, but with a bit of a softer touch. Brewed with mouth-watering natural orange, pineapple, starfruit, and coconut, this IPA puts you at ease with every sip, even if you're on a beach or in a tropical location. Perhaps Aruba, Jamaica. Oh,
Ooh.
take you to Bermuda.
Uh, oh man.
Woo!
Yeah.
That's got a lot of those flavors in there.
Nice. Nice.
That is kind of. What is that? Is that like a pina colada?
Is it? Is that?
That's
Yeah.
like more coconut, just
Huh?
coconut, I think, isn't it? I can't remember what's
Yeah,
in
that's
that.
good.
It's been a while
Summer.
since I've had one of those. Yeah, it reminds me of summertime. It's
I
just
like that.
missing like a little hint of sunscreen. That's all it's missing.
Perfect. That's all you need.
Which sunscreen and I are very, summertime. We're always together. So
Yes.
yeah,
Nice.
this is really good.
Well, good.
And
Good.
unfortunately, I got a very big can of this.
Yeah.
19.2 fluid ounces.
Ooh.
Orange, pineapple, starfruit, coconut flavors. That's yummy. And this is from Redhook out of Seattle, so it's still a Pacific Northwest beers. Y'all, sorry, but I think Redhook is pretty out there. Their
Oh yeah.
distribution's out there.
Yeah, totally.
Whew,
Totally. Well, good. It sounds like you've got a good summery beer,
I know.
and
I might
this
actually
will be the
finish
end of your
this.
day.
I know. I was like, and I might actually finish this. What is the
Yes.
ABV on this? Oh, 7.2. It's up there. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. At least you'll have at least a nap. I see a nap in your future. Yes.
Yeah, not a
Nice.
productive future.
No, no. Power nap. That's all.
Mhm.
All right.
Ooh.
Well, I have something from Nashville, Tennessee. I have a beer from Southern Grist Brewing Company. It's called Hoppy Crisp. Now, I was trying to
Hoppy
look around
crisp.
for it and see, get a little bit more information on it, and I'm not sure if they have it at their brewery there anymore or what the deal is, but I did find that it's a hopped up version of their unfiltered Pilsner style lager. It is amped up with Vic Secret and Nelson Sauvin, which highlights notes of white grape, orange peel, and has a delicate floral finish. So, yeah, I got it because it was a dry hop Pilsner and I really like the label. So, as I
Mhm.
make most of my decisions, it is also a 4.4%. So,
That's a
light
good
enough to,
that's a good
yeah.
early morning beer.
Uh-huh. So, uh, it hits you with a bitter kick for sure. It is dry hopped, which I generally like dry hopped
Mhm.
beer. It finishes pretty clean, but man, that bitterness that does kind of stays there. It hits you and then kind of goes away. I'm like, am I tasting any white grape? Maybe. Definitely no orange peel.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe a little more grapefruit peel, but I have that uncultured palate, so
Right. Well, just
it's
like what was that beer I had the other day? I was like, it said it had peach, so I was like, oh, I think this has peach. I think I taste peach, and I was like, I don't know that I do.
yeah. We're gonna we'll have to have like a beer tasting expert on the show with us, or somebody who can like walk through with us, tell us this is how you
Hmm.
taste. This is the process.
We need to
Here's what you
actually
should.
go to a little class or something.
Yes, yes, definitely. It's good though. I mean, it's pretty easy drinking. Definitely that bitterness kicks you in the face. So yeah, it's yeah, Southern Grist doesn't say there's no story about it. There's no anything else here, but yeah, Nashville, Tennessee. So and continuing to try beers that are not from the Portland area or,
Hmm.
the Pacific Northwest. There we go. So give it a
One of
try.
these days, I'll try to get on that bandwagon.
Ooh, I got something at the end just now.
What was it?
It was definitely a floral kind of taste. So I do get
Oh,
that.
okay.
Okay. All right. So there
There
we
was something in
go.
there.
If you like any of our beers, if you're interested in any, check out our Heavy Conversation beer list on Untapped. We add those beers each episode so you can kind of see what we're drinking, find the ones that interest you, and give them a try. Should we do a
Oh,
photo here?
sure, sure.
I feel like it's been a while
Well,
since
well,
we've done
yeah.
that.
What do we look like? Does anyone know anymore?
Yeah, I know,
Oh,
right?
sorry, I gotta change my view.
All right. All right.
There we go. Oh, then I almost spilled mine.
Oh,
Oh,
there
that's
we
good.
go.
Oh, well, sorry, y'all. I'm
it's been
having
it's been a while.
technical
We're
difficulties.
Yes, we're getting back into it.
There we
So,
go.
hey, all
You
right.
can see my crazy
Yes,
background.
there we go.
Oh, oh, I should just do it. Yeah. Anyways,
All
that
right, we
wasn't the
got it.
best shot, but
That the
it'll work.
It's a picture, and
It
I'm
is
sure you'll
it
get to see it.
is a picture.
Yes, yes.
You're
So
welcome, everyone.
here we go. Thanks for suffering through that with us.
I was like, what is happening? I don't know.
Yep, yep. So yeah, so if you like the beers, check them out. Untapped, the Heavy Conversation beer list. We also add it to the show notes, so you'll be able to see it there and
Hmm.
uh,
Hmm.
you know click through, find the one you like. So I was thinking I could just kind of share a couple, just my general thoughts on the mattresses that
Sure.
I've tried. So, if there's a specific feel or type that you like, maybe this will help you decide which to try out. And
Hmm.
so,
Hmm.
so I'll start with Titan since I just did that. It feels it's supportive, but it's softer. It's on the softer side. So once you get into it, you sink in a little bit, which I think is nice, and it kind of just cradles you a bit. Is at least how I felt about it. Definitely keeps you cool, which is nice. The adjustable part, I did like having that option. I ended up, so I did 0G for a while, but then I ended up being more comfortable kind of having my legs up a little higher. I don't know. It's, the cool thing is that you can try these different positions and find things that work for you for however long
Right.
you need it. So that was pretty good. I would say the only thing with the Titan that I didn't love, aside from the lack of the edge support, was that the king that we got, it's a split king. Don't love the split. It's not a big deal. Like, they don't separate or anything because you have them hooked together and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And it does allow you, if you sleep differently from your partner, then you can have it come up or you can be down and they can do something different.
Yeah.
And that's good. I just think, having a full mattress is kind of my preference. That said, the split king is only one of their options. There are other ones that are not split. So check that out and you can see. The Sattva Sattva, excuse me. The Sattva mattress is, I feel like it's a hybrid between Big Fig and some of these softer mattresses out there, because it does have that kind of pillow top feel that you sort of sink into. It's got a little bit of cooling to it, but it really supports you well, and you feel that support when you get into it. So you sink just slightly, and then there's the support there, and I really like that. I think for me something that felt really good. Um, it's the Sadva is more expensive than many of the other mattresses that I've covered. And it did take me a little while to actually get used to it. I think after reviewing it, we went back to the Big Fig for quite a while and then
Okay.
ended up switching out. So it was something that took a little time to get used to. I did not review the Amerisleep AS2, but my friend photographer Abby Rudolph, she reviewed it, and she's still using it. She tells me that she loves it.
Nice.
The AS2 is specifically, excuse me, their hybrid. Has foam and the coils. She said that it does manage heat well, and you can also look at that. Her review of the AS2 is on Chubster, so you can see her actually on it, kind of how she would sink into it and what she thought. She says it's dense and supportive, it's solid, but it's soft. She didn't feel stiff as a board, and it gives where she needs it to, but she still feels supportive. She can move around, but nothing else on the bed moves, and it doesn't feel
Nice.
like she's squishing the mattress to death, which is
Mm-hmm.
one of the things. So, yeah, she says it's softer and more plush than maybe some other mattresses out there. She felt like it feels like it's on the upper end because it feels like a more expensive mattress that she's slept on. So yeah, but it's she said it costs less than those. So, you can check that out and get a feel for it. The Helix, I'm trying to remember the Helix Plus. It's been so long. I'm trying to remember. I feel like it was pretty soft.
Yeah.
Again, it's been many years. It has a different name. I mean, it's called the Helix Plus now. When I reviewed it, it was called like the Helix Night something. I can't remember now. It had a different name, but now it's the Helix Plus. I do know that people who have that, they seem to like it. Definitely, I think lets you sink in a little more. And then the Big Fig. The Big Fig was again the first mattress that I tried, and I definitely feel like their goal is to make something that's super supportive. It's firm but comfortable. I really liked that, and I felt like, I mean, the first article that I wrote was after the 3 months, and then I wrote another one that was a follow up on the Big Fig a year later
Okay.
to talk about what that was like, and how how it felt and all of that. So, you can see all these articles on Chubster. If you go into the Titan mattress one, then scroll down, you'll see some different options, or you can just search for any mattress that you're curious about and get a feel for it. We're going to be doing more in the future, whether it's me reviewing them or some other people. But yeah,
Nice.
it's definitely, there are definitely options out there, and you should take a look because you need a good mattress. That's what it comes down to.
Everyone needs a good mattress.
Absolutely.
It does make a difference, that's for sure.
Yes, and check out the Titan review that's up there, 6 weeks on a Titan mattress. I would definitely, I feel like I would recommend it. I mean, it's still here, it's still in our room, we're still sleeping on it, so still getting a feel for what it's like. And I have found that I'm sleeping really well. My CPAP scores, if you wear a CPAP, it gives you like a recap of your night.
Okay.
How many times did you stop breathing? How many times did this happen? Whatever. Were there any leaks in your mask?
Those scary numbers.
Yeah, right. And so you work to get those numbers where they need to be, and your CPAP will help with that. And so, my numbers have been really good. When they say that being a little more, being up a little more, on an adjustable mattress, that can help with sleep apnea. Now, note that it is not a replacement for a CPAP. That's not at all the deal. You can you can use one to help, and being elevated will reduce throat restrictions, and it lets air flow a little more freely. But having a CPAP, going to your doctor, talking to them, going through and getting a sleep study and doing all of that, definitely the way to go.
Yeah.
So,
and I definitely need to get in there and get that done.
Yes.
I don't know what happened. I kind of let the ball drop, so I need to get back on that.
You should definitely get in there and check it out. I did find that more than, I'm using a CPAP, so I don't know what it would have been like had I been elevated and slept on it without, because when I can't sleep without my CPAP now. Like, I can, but I don't feel good, because now I've been using it for about a decade, and now I've used it long enough that I know what the difference is, and if I sleep without it, I feel hungover. It's crazy. It's like, I feel like I went out and tore it up the night before. And so when I wake up, I've got a headache, my throat hurts, all that kind of stuff. And so that's the thing with a CPAP is, it does take time to get used to it. You can actually see, I've got my mask on, my gear is on in the article for the Titan. There's me laying on my pillow with the whole thing, and so you can kind of see what it's like. And there are different kinds of masks for different needs, nose sizes, faces, facial hair, that kind of thing. And it took me a while to find the one that was right. And so, yes, I can't advocate enough for, if you snore, if you're having problems breathing at night, go to your doctor, get checked out, see what they can do to help you. So, that plus an amazing bed is going to change your life.
I know that
at least your sleep
will definitely, sleep is so important. It will change your life if you're getting adequate sleep. So
definitely,
I need to get in there.
Yeah, absolutely. So there we go. That's all I got. It's not the super in-depth kind of thing, but if you want that, you can get that at Chubster. We've got all kinds of, there's a lot more to those articles than what I'm saying here. So check them out. If you have any questions, you can hit us up on social. At Heavy Convo, or at Chubster, or at Bearskin. We're all over. So
we're everywhere.
Yes. So,
well, thanks for bringing your newest mattress to the podcast.
I should have done the episode from the bed.
Oh,
I know, missed opportunity.
Well, no one knows the difference. We did the episodes from our bed today.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And we will have links in the show notes so that you can easily find some of the stuff that we're talking about here. Cool.
All right. Well, thanks, Bruce.
All right. See ya.
I'm ready for a nap.
Next week. Yes, take your nap. We'll do this again next week.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thanks for listening to Heavy Conversation. Be sure to like and subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your
Podcasts.